What's up, everyone? It's Emily Haruko, founder and CEO here at Saroca, in collaboration with IGB Affiliate to bring you some insights on the essence and principles of communication. Hopefully, you had a chance to read the accompanying article. I'm going to highlight a couple of the points over there and weave in some other distinctions unique to this video alone. So, first and foremost, we often think of communication simply as speaking and listening. But what we want to highlight is that so many of us are not actually listening. If you really pay attention and dissect the next time you are in a conversation with someone, notice if you are waiting for them to finish speaking before you start speaking. Notice if you are already planning your rebuttal or your defense or the next point that you want to make before they have even finished communicating what it is they're endeavoring to communicate. This is one of the biggest hiccups that we find in non-optimal communication is really people so much more in their head than they are present with the person in front of them. So cultivating true presence inside of your communication will enhance your listening skills. We like to use the example of imagine if it was your hero, your favorite musician, footballer, or DJ that was speaking in front of you. You would be waiting on bated breath for every word that they have said. Whereas you typically, might be tuning some of your colleagues or your peers out, especially when it revolves around like redundant conversations that you've had time and time again. We want to really support you to enhance your listening skills through that level of presence, giving people your true and undivided attention. And what that means reminds me a little bit of Mickey Cashtan's quote, which is true dialogue can only happen if I enter the conversation willing to be changed by it. And what this means is that you have no agenda or idea what you will say next because you are waiting for the person on the other end of the conversation to finish communicating whatever point it is that they are endeavoring to portray. From there, you will craft a mindful response out of your ability to be truly present and to truly have received what it is that they are offering inside of that communication. One of the points we want to highlight is also the ways in which men and women communicate differently. And I may even reframe that by saying how the masculine and the feminine communicate differently. Because even if, regardless of sexual orientation or gender identification, all of us have masculine and feminine energy inside of us. And at any different time, we can channel or call on those different energies or ways of being in an effort to refine our communication. So imagine that masculine communication is very linear. It's single point focused. There is always a specific agenda behind the specific topic that's happening, usually one thing at a time. Feminine communication is much more all over the map. We will potentially drop in on one subject, then think about how that relates to something happening next month and how that was impacted by something that happened last week. We're typically all over the map a little bit at times when it comes to the ways in which we communicate. So you can endeavor to imagine that masculine communication is very linear and feminine communication is very circular. So depending on the, way in which you identify predominantly masculine or feminine, you may want to take some of that into consideration depending on who it is that you are talking to next. In essence, we are supporting you to refine your communication truly through the skill of listening, really opening your eyes up to what is all the nonverbal communication that you are receiving, what are all of the data points that you are tracking inside of any communication or conversation with another. And our opportunity to enhance our communication can truly come from being a great listener. So we encourage you to stop waiting to speak. Don't plan those rebuttals before they even happen. You don't need to be in defense. What is it like when you truly give your gift of your presence, your undivided attention to the person in front of you, and notice how that might shift some of your communication? Please stay tuned for more insights and information on how you can support the development of yourself and your organization through other tips from Saroca and IGB Affiliate. Thanks so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Cheers.